Brace yourself, football fans, because what's coming next is straight up wild. What I'm about to drop is going to shake things up and show just how massive the Shedeur Sanders wave has become. This isn't some sweet little feel-good tale or a pity vote story. Nah, this is real power on full display. We're watching a straight-up revolution in the NFL right now. Fans are no longer just cheering from the sidelines. They're rewriting the rules, overpowering big league agendas, and forcing the system to listen. And leading that charge, one rookie quarterback who's barely had any playing time but somehow flipped the whole game upside down. He's made the league, the Browns organization, and even his loudest critics face the truth they've been ducking for months. This right here is history in motion. This is the Shedeur Sanders effect in full force, undeniable, unstoppable, and impossible to ignore. When the news hit earlier today, it didn't just trend, it exploded. The entire football world felt that shockwave when the Pro Bowl voting results dropped, and sitting at number 10, breaking every rule and every expectation, was none other than Shedeur Sanders. Can you believe it? Number 10 in the entire NFL. Let that sink in. Not number 10 among rookies, not number 10 among backups, number 10 overall. He's standing toe-to-toe with the league's biggest names, the all-stars who've been running this game for years. Let's break it down real quick so you can see the level of greatness he's just entered. Number 1. Drake May, the Patriots rookie who's been starting since week 1. Number 2, Josh Allen, Buffalo's powerhouse and MVP favorite. Number 3, Matthew Stafford, the Super Bowl champ holding it down for the Rams. And now right behind them, pushing into that elite club, is Shedeur Sanders, the rookie who just changed the conversation for good. At number 4, we've got Dak Prescott, the face of the Dallas Cowboys, the man carrying one of the biggest brands in football. Number 5, Patrick Mahomes, the modern legend himself. Multiple rings, MVPs, highlight reels for days. Number 6, Jordan Love, the rising star from Green Bay, stepping up and proving the Packers made the right call. Number 7, Caleb Williams, the top draft pick who's been grinding every single game this season. Number 8, Jared Goff, holding it down for the Detroit Lions and leading them to the best record in the NFC. Number 9, Sam Darnold, coming back from the shadows and having the best season of his career with the Minnesota Vikings. And then, standing tall among these heavy hitters, right there at number 10, is Shedeur Sanders. That's right, he's sharing the stage with straight-up football royalty. Now, take a good look at that lineup. Drake May started every single game for New England this season. Josh Allen, Buffalo's powerhouse, running that offense like a machine for years. Mahomes, 3-time Super Bowl champ, the face of the modern NFL. Jared Goff, leading a revival in Detroit with double-digit wins. Sam Darnold, one of the biggest comeback stories of the year. Every one of these guys has had full seasons, full playbooks, and full trust from their teams. And then there's Shedeur Sanders, the kid the Cleveland Browns basically tried to hide. They had him sitting on the bench for half the season, holding him back like he wasn't ready. He even got wrong plays on his wristband during his first game. Can you imagine that? No first-team reps, no rhythm, no real chance to build chemistry. While the coaching staff kept rolling with Jameis Winston, Shedeur was left waiting for his shot. Then boom, he's thrown into a game against the Baltimore Ravens, cold, barely prepped, and still holds his own. Only 4 starts, 4 games total, yet he's sitting at number 10 in Pro Bowl voting, ahead of guys who've played 12 or more games, ahead of playoff contenders, ahead of veterans with full seasons under their belts. If that doesn't scream Shedeur Sanders effect, I don't know what does. The people see it, the talent, the spark, the greatness that can't be hidden no matter how hard organizations try to bury it. An insider who's been watching this whole situation unfold dropped a line that sums it up perfectly. I don't know why nobody's talking about this, but this is crazy to me. This should be blasted everywhere. This whole Shedeur effect thing is legendary. And honestly, that word fits like a glove, because what Shedeur just pulled off has never been seen in modern NFL history. Yeah. Seriously, when's the last time you saw a rookie quarterback with just 4 starts break into the Pro Bowl top 10? Never. When have you ever seen a player who got benched on purpose by his own coaching staff still get enough love from fans to rank among the elite? It just doesn't happen. This isn't about pity votes or family fame. It's about raw talent that fans can't ignore no matter how hard the league tries to downplay it. In those 4 starts, Shedeur Sanders gave the football world a preview of something special. Over 1,000 passing yards. Yeah, you heard that right. His accuracy was insane, dropping passes only where his receivers could grab him. His poise, next level. The man never flinched, never looked lost, even when the pressure was turned up. Every snap he took showed maturity way beyond his rookie label. He took charge in the huddle, got his teammates fired up, and earned their respect fast. And that game against the Tennessee Titans, 4 touchdown passes that silenced every critic in the room. Even the ones who doubted him had to admit, yeah, that kid's got it. And when protection broke down, he didn't panic. He ran, used his legs, kept the play alive, and proved he's not just a pocket passer, he's a playmaker. This wasn't luck, it was skill mixed with grit. Then that same insider dropped the question that everyone should be asking right now. Will the NFL hate on Shedeur and block him from the Pro Bowl? Because that's the real issue here. Fans have spoken, the votes are there, and the numbers don't lie. But will the league give him his moment or try to hold him back again? The fans have spoken loud and clear, and their message couldn't be stronger. The people have made their decision. Shedeur Sanders deserves that Pro Bowl spot. But here's the big question. Will the NFL actually respect the fans' choice? Or will they pull out some sneaky technicality, some loophole, some half-baked excuse to keep him out because he doesn't fit their storyline? The insider broke it down perfectly. Clearly, the fans and the people think he's more deserving to be there. That right there is the point everyone needs to focus on. This wasn't some behind-the-scenes media pick filled with biases and hidden agendas. This wasn't coaches protecting their own guys or an NFL committee picking favorites behind closed doors. No way! This came from the people, the fans who watch every game, buy every ticket, and keep the league alive. Their votes screamed one thing: Shedeur Sanders belongs in that Pro Bowl conversation. And yet, here's where it gets wild and honestly kind of frustrating. When you stop and think about what could have been, it's enough to make you shake your head. The insider dropped a truth bomb that hit hard. Oh golly, if Shedeur Sanders had been given the same shot as the other rookie quarterbacks, guys like Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, there'd be no question he'd be in this Pro Bowl race from the start. Zero doubt, absolutely guaranteed. Let that sink in for a second. Cam Ward's been starting all season for the Miami Dolphins. He's had every single first-team rep, a whole offense built to fit his skill set, and nonstop chemistry with his receivers week after week. Meanwhile, Shedeur's been playing catch-up, fighting for a chance that should have been his months ago. Yet despite all that, the fans still put him in the top 10. That's power, that's respect. That's the people saying, we see the truth even when the league tries to hide it. Jackson Dart's been starting since week 1, building rhythm with his receivers, learning from every snap, and growing stronger with each game. Bo Nix, he's been running the show in Denver all season, already being called the Broncos quarterback of the future. And Drake May, he's been given every chance to prove himself in New England, even through all the team's struggles. But Shedeur Sanders, man, the Browns made him sit and watch. While Jameis Winston threw interception after interception, they left Shedeur stranded on the sidelines. The offense was flat. The team couldn't find a rhythm, and yet they kept him benched, wasting precious time. They even denied him first-team reps. How's a quarterback supposed to build chemistry like that? And it gets worse. When Shedeur finally got a chance to step on the field, they handed him wrong play calls on his wristband, setting him up for confusion from the start. Then they threw him in cold against elite defenses with no proper prep time, like they wanted him to fail just to prove their draft decision was right. That's not a coincidence. That's sabotage, straight-up coaching malpractice. They tried everything to box him in, to justify keeping their 5th-round pick buried, to protect the veterans they were invested in. But here's the crazy part. Despite all of that, Shedeur Sanders still rose above it all. After just 4 starts, he's sitting at number 10 in Pro Bowl voting. 4 games, that's all it took for the people to see the truth. Now just imagine for a second if Kevin Stefanski had actually done the right thing from day 1. Imagine if Shedeur had been named the starter back in training camp, getting those first-team reps, working daily with his receivers, running an offense built around his skill set instead of being squeezed into someone else's system. Picture him starting in week 1, playing all 16 games like Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. You already know what the outcome would be. He'd be sitting comfortably in the top 5, maybe even the top 3. He'd be going toe-to-toe with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes for that number 1 Pro Bowl spot. With a full season of experience, his stats would have been off the charts, his confidence through the roof, his connection with his receivers locked in. He would have been the undeniable runaway favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year. But even with all those disadvantages, even with the deck stacked against him, the fans still saw what the Browns tried to hide. They recognized real talent and voted him into the top 10 anyway. The insider summed it up perfectly with one passionate statement, but we all know what the Browns did. They've been hating on Shedeur, but guess what? It doesn't even matter anymore because the people are speaking loud and clear. When I say the people will speak, I mean everybody. The fans are voting, the fans are showing up, and their voices are shaking the system. This right here is what real democracy looks like. This is what happens when you let the fans decide, instead of leaving it all to committees and so-called experts with hidden agendas. The Browns organization did everything in their power to keep Shedeur down. They tried to limit his snaps, control his image, and twist the narrative about what he could really do. Kevin Stefanski tried to spin the story, tossing out those vague lines about Shedeur not being ready. The local Cleveland media, especially led by Mary Kay Cabot, started whispering doubts, planting little seeds that maybe he wasn't the long-term answer. And the national analysts, they jumped right in, talking about whether the Browns should already be looking for another quarterback. But the fans weren't having any of it. They fired back with their votes, basically saying, "We don't care about your stories, your excuses, or your agendas. We've seen what Shedeur Sanders does when he gets his shot, and we want him in the Pro Bowl." That's the real power of the people in motion. That's democracy on display right there on the field. The fans didn't just talk, they acted. Their votes became louder than any analyst's opinion, louder than any coach's press conference. The people's voice overpowered the system that tried to silence him. Then the insider jumped in, urging everyone with energy and fire. "Now, guys, we gotta keep voting. I wanna see Shedeur in that top 5 on the quarterback list. Number 10, cool, but he should be top 5. He deserves to be up there." And honestly, the insiders got a point, 100% right. Shedeur should be in that top 5 spot, no doubt about it. When you break it down game by game, when you actually look at his numbers, the proof is sitting right there in the stats. His efficiency, on point. His decision-making, sharp. His accuracy, unbelievable. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards in just 4 starts. That's not average, that's elite production. His yards per game are top tier, and his ball placement is pure precision, always right where his receivers need it. The numbers don't lie, and neither do the fans. Shedeur's shown real grit, straight up moxie and heart that you can't teach. He's never backed down from a challenge, no matter how stacked the odds were. Remember that game against Tennessee? 4 touchdown passes in a single night. He went off, and the craziest part, he's done all this with less help than nearly every other quarterback on that list. Less protection, less playtime, less trust, but still, he delivered. So yeah, being ranked number 10 is already mind-blowing for a rookie with just 4 starts. But let's be real, based purely on performance, Shedeur Sanders deserves to be top 5. His numbers, his composure, his leadership, they're right up there with the league's best. Then the insider dropped something that made everyone pause for a second, something that raised some serious questions. "Now that I think about it," the insider said, "he probably is top 5. They just hate him and made him number 10. Messing with the NFL. Wait a second, what if that's actually true? What if Shedeur did earn a top 5 spot in the fan voting, but the NFL saw it, panicked, and decided to tweak the results? Because a rookie with barely 4 starts outranking their longtime poster boys doesn't exactly fit the narrative they like to push. Think about it. It wouldn't be the first time the league tried to manage a story. The NFL has a long history of shaping its own image, deciding which players get the spotlight and which ones stay in the shadows. They protect their chosen stars, hype certain teams, and conveniently look the other way when the story doesn't fit their agenda. And if a 5th-round rookie quarterback, one they benched for half the season, suddenly climbed into the top 5 in Pro Bowl voting, that would completely destroy the story they've been feeding us. That whole "he's not ready yet" talk? Gone. The Browns made the right call starting someone else? Crushed. The idea that late-round quarterbacks need years to develop? Done. So yeah, if Shedeur Sanders really ranked higher than the NFL wants to admit, it wouldn't just be a voting surprise. It'd be a full-on shakeup to their entire narrative. If the voting results are real, then the NFL's got some serious explaining to do. How does a quarterback with only 4 starts outperform seasoned veterans who've been grinding all season long? They'd have to admit the unthinkable, that the Browns made a huge mistake keeping Shedeur glued to the bench. They'd have to acknowledge that the fans, the people who actually watch the games, completely rejected the so-called expert opinions. So what if, just what if, the league decided to quietly tweak the numbers? Maybe they slid him down to number 10, still impressive, still historic, but not too disruptive to their carefully built storylines. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, right? But after everything we've seen this season, can you really say it's impossible? And then, boom, something hit the internet that sent the entire football world buzzing. A social media post went viral claiming that Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders had cracked the top 10 in total Pro Bowl votes among all quarterbacks in the league. The post first said he did it after just 2 starts, later corrected to 4, but the message was the same. This man is the real deal. Fans went wild because the numbers didn't lie. Shedeur Sanders had proven, even with limited time on the field, that he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. But here's where things really got crazy. He had more votes than Bo Nix. Yeah, read that again. More votes than Bo Nix. The same Bo Nix who's been the full-time starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos all season long. The same guy who's been leading his team toward the playoffs with a winning record. The same player analysts keep hyping up as a front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bo Nix has had every opportunity to shine. Every rep, every game, every press conference hyping him up. Meanwhile, Shedeur spent half the season sitting on the sidelines, got tossed into only 4 starts, and still managed to outvote him in Pro Bowl rankings. When that fact dropped, fans lost it. The insider summed it up perfectly with a sharp, pointed reaction, something that made everyone stop and think about just how deep this story really goes. So over in Colorado, folks are hyping up Bo Nix and the Broncos like they're the best team in the NFL, talking like they're unstoppable. And hey, Bo Nix is supposed to be a Shedeur fan himself. I'm just gonna leave that right there. Facts, pure and simple. Because honestly, Bo should be a Shedeur fan. Shedeur just proved that even with barely any playing time, even after being held back by his own organization, and even with every possible disadvantage, he still came out on top in what really matters, the people's vote. He's more popular, more electrifying, and more respected by fans across the country. That's not a knock on Bo Nix. He's having a strong rookie season and deserves credit for that. But it's just the truth. When fans were given the choice to pick who they wanted to see in the Pro Bowl, more people chose Shedeur Sanders. And that's after he played only a fraction of the games others had. That says everything about the energy he brings to the field, the way he plays, the way he connects with fans. It's electric. He's got that it factor that makes people stop scrolling, stand up, and watch. The fans can feel it every time he steps onto the field, and no PR campaign or team politics can fake that. But here's where things get wild and kind of ironic too. The same Cleveland Browns organization that kept Shedeur on the bench for half the season, the same coaching staff that gave him wrong plays during his debut, and the same front office reportedly thinking about drafting another quarterback actually posted about his Pro Bowl ranking on their official social media accounts. Yeah, let that sink in. According to the insider, the Browns really did react to all the noise. They didn't stay quiet, they went public with it. On their official Instagram and X Twitter pages, they shared a post about the final day of Pro Bowl voting, reminding fans to get those numbers up before midnight. Their post showed the team's updated fan vote rankings. Myles Garrett at number 2, Joel Bitonio at number 3, Malik Collins at number 5, Denzel Ward at number 7, and Shedeur Sanders at number 10. The irony is unreal. The same franchise that tried to hold him back is now using his name and success to hype up fan engagement. It's like they suddenly realized what everyone else already knows. Shedeur Sanders isn't just a rookie quarterback. He's a full-blown movement that's taken over the league conversation. Just think about the delicious irony in all this. The same Browns organization that tried to bury Shedeur Sanders' rise had no choice but to publicly celebrate him. They had to post about his Pro Bowl ranking. They had to acknowledge it. The fans made it impossible to ignore. After months of the team trying to downplay his readiness, justify benching him, and spin the story of his development, they were cornered by the truth. The people had spoken. The fan votes forced the Browns' hand. They couldn't hide it anymore. Their rookie quarterback, who they refused to start for half the season, had broken into the top 10 among all NFL quarterbacks in Pro Bowl voting. The fans took control of the narrative, and suddenly, the same organization that tried to silence his rise was now cheering for it online. And the internet didn't hold back either. Someone in the comment section nailed it perfectly, writing, "Seems like Shedeur Sanders haters only have a small community on this app." Definitely, bro. Exactly right. The haters may be loud, they may flood comment sections with negativity, but at the end of the day, they're the minority. The real football fans, the ones watching every game, saw the truth. They recognized Shedeur's talent, his leadership, his composure, and his undeniable spark. The numbers don't lie. The people voted him into the top 10 because they believe in him. Then another commenter dropped a line that hit deep. "I love how God gets the last laugh. Y'all mad at the wrong people. The NFL put him on there. Take it up with them. As long as he's there, his fans will support. God gets the last laugh." That comment hit home because it's powerful. It's spiritual. All season long, folks have been working against Shedeur. Kevin Stefanski kept him sidelined even when it was clear he was ready to lead. Mary Kay Cabot kept stirring doubts in the media, questioning if he could really be the franchise guy. Some Cleveland fans wanted someone else under center, and national analysts brushed him off as just a fifth-round pick who'd need years to develop. But look at how it's all turned around. The same people who doubted him are watching him rise. The same critics are running out of things to say, and the same organization that held him back is now forced to celebrate him publicly. That's what happens when the truth can't be contained. And maybe, just maybe, that's what people mean when they say God gets the last laugh. And just like that, God got the last laugh. Because despite all the hate, all the roadblocks, and all the people working overtime to hold him back, Shedeur Sanders is officially in the Pro Bowl top 10. Nothing the critics or doubters can do will change that. It's locked in. The fans voted, the results are final, and Shedeur's name is now carved into the league's record books for everyone to see. But of course, right on cue, the haters came crawling out of the comment sections. Instead of celebrating a win for their own team, they decided to embarrass themselves with negativity. Look at some of these wild takes from supposed Browns fans, people who should be cheering their quarterback on. Sanders is on the list and Stroud isn't? We've got the most delusional fan base, one wrote. Another chimed in, Shedeur's nomination will never even be announced. Then someone else complained, now that the Browns posted this, he's going to get more votes. And another added, how can anyone take this seriously if Shedeur Sanders is on the list? Why are we voting for one of the worst quarterbacks? Can you believe that? These are Browns fans, people claiming to support the same team, and they're out here hating on their own quarterback for achieving something historic. 4 starts, and he's already in the Pro Bowl conversation. That's not just impressive, it's unheard of. Instead of giving him credit, instead of showing love to the guy repping their team, they're throwing shade online. That's beyond petty, it's downright sad. It shows exactly what's wrong with that toxic corner of the fan base that cares more about being right in their negativity than celebrating when their player succeeds. And the best part, the insider wasn't having it one bit. Their response cut straight through the nonsense. Real, raw, and absolutely necessary. Because sometimes the truth needs to be said loud and clear. The hate doesn't change the facts. The people voted. The numbers don't lie. Shedeur Sanders earned that Pro Bowl spot fair and square. And no amount of online whining can take that away. Look at these folks still hating on Shedeur, and they're Browns fans. It's crazy, but not everybody in Cleveland is rocking with their own quarterback. And that's the sad truth. There's a loud minority out there who've made up their minds. They don't like Shedeur no matter what he does. Maybe it's because of his famous father. Maybe it's his confidence. Or maybe it's that Colorado connection that still ruffles feathers. Or maybe they're just too stubborn to admit they were wrong after backing other quarterbacks. But here's what those haters don't seem to get. It doesn't matter, because the national fan base has Shedeur's back. Across the country, fans who have zero ties to Cleveland are tuning in, watching his games, and saying the same thing. That guy is special. They see the spark, the confidence, the leadership, and they're voting for him with full support. He's in the Pro Bowl top 10, and that's official. No matter how much the local critics complain, no matter how loud they get, and no matter how uncomfortable it makes the Browns' inner circle. The people have spoken, and the message is clear. Shedeur Sanders deserves his shine, and no amount of hometown hate can take that away. And before we wrap this up, let's talk about something that's been cracking everyone up online. There's a viral video from a recent Browns game that perfectly sums up the fan mood right now. Someone in the stands rocking a custom jersey that says, "Fire Kevin Stefanski" across the back. The insider even confirmed it, laughing while saying, this fan was at the game wearing a "Fire Kevin Stefanski" jersey. Bro, this is hilarious. It's wild but kind of poetic, because it shows exactly where the energy in Cleveland is heading. Fans are fed up, voices are getting louder, and the message is spreading fast. If you're loving this story and want to keep up with every twist and turn in the Shedeur Sanders saga, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know where you stand on all this. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. See you on the next one.